Okay, today is Monday, March 16th. This is the Citizens Traffic Commission meeting. We're waiting for one person to hopefully dial in.
Go to email at 7:02.
Just email her.
Okay.
Here she is. Good.
Perfect.
No. Like that. So we do have. So again, today's March 16th. Today's March 16th, 7 o'clock. This is track fishing. Have nothing. That's good. John Lewis is joining us as well. As our liaison from Township. My name is Richard Kirk. I am the commissioner. They also have
Pam Kravitz.
Arthur Cohn.
I don't get to say.
You don't get to say anything. Oh, Catherine Chair Calabria.
Person.
Okay, so I guess maybe if we just start with I got an email last week about the Farm's Edge at Shadybrook, and that's something that a traffic study is being completed. We talked about that a few times.
Oh, you mean, what are they going to build there?
It's going to be a 55 older community in Middletown Township.
Oh, you're not talking about the one Shadybrook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadybrook. They call it
Shadybrook.
Farm's Edge at Shadybrook.
But it's not gonna be on our side.
Middletown, but I think the traffic will be on the
The entrances.
yeah, the would be going on to.
I was thinking of the old pumpkin patch area. That's not it.
It's near it. So if you want, maybe I can give you a little overview. Yeah. The first thing I want to say for those who are watching, the township is engaged in a comprehensive planning analysis of a couple, sort of the northwestern quadrant of the township. So that includes the State Road 332, Stony Hill Road, and Edgewood Village. We're trying to develop an integrated master plan for that area. So if you think about stuff that includes the traditional Edgewood Village, that includes the McCaffrey's Giant Shopping Center, that includes Shadybrook and Prickett Preserve, and all those connecting elements that are basically between two blocks. So you've got the stuff that is on the north side of 295 and the south side of 295. And so we've engaged a company called Michael Baker International. And what we're doing as a township is looking at sort of developing what I would say is a long-term coordinated vision for land use, access, mobility, and reinvestment in that area. And so we have a committee of folks, and there are people that are liaisons from different committees. We have one from EAC, planning, what have you, and some other ones who are involved in that. There will be public stakeholder meetings around this planning exercise. And what we want to do is understand sort of everything that's going on in those areas. So it's land use, it's traffic, it's access, and developmental patterns. And we want to identify the challenges related to and opportunities related to safety, circulation, pedestrian connectivity is a big deal, as well as economic activity, and sort of, as we kind of deal with what happened with Prickett Preserve, there were some very positives and some not so positive, some negatives associated with that development. And the process around that caused us to rethink a lot of stuff, which is part of the reason for this planning exercise. At the same time, just for the record, we're actively thinking about this whole quadrant, if you will. Property owners have rights and they have businesses to run. And so Shadybrook Farm, which owns the property that we talk about a lot, that parcel of land that they own includes elements in Middletown as well as Newtown Township. So it's not all within Lower Makefield. What you guys have on your agenda tonight is related to a 55 plus community that's being built in Middletown. But to access that, they will have to build an access road through Lower Makefield. Middletown Township approved that development contingent on the township's approval of that access road. And so the developer came before the Planning Commission a couple of weeks ago to talk about that development in Middletown and the connectivity and provided some insights. They followed up and said that they had a traffic plan, which has that gotten to you guys from Bowman? Okay. Okay. And so the task for you guys is really twofold. One is there's obviously a recommendation related to that traffic study and as it relates to traffic and the impact of that development. This is ideal. I'm not showing up on video. I look my best now when you don't see me. So part one of this is for you guys to analyze this like you would, any other sort of land use development, say, okay, what's the impact on traffic? What are the alternatives of it? So our planning exercise has got to go at the same time as land use requests come from property owners. And we have to address that. So the first part about this is we have to look at that development and its impact in traffic. But it's important to remember that area has gone through some significant change. Prickett Preserve is not only obviously the apartments and the retail. Okay. There we go. You should be able to see her as a participant. Well, I want to make sure everybody hears everything we say, but go ahead. Mm-hmm. Well, we always take into consideration open space. The township, the voters invested passed a bond issue that empowers us to borrow money for open space. We're very close on one parcel as a purchase. But to be honest with you, the parcels that are in this study area will probably not be available for open space purchases. And because market forces drive what people will be able to do with their land. So did we lose Dakota? We get her?
I'm here,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's okay. As long as she can hear and comment, she counts for, she should be able to say. But so as it relates to the first part is that 55 plus community is seeking approval from the Board of Supervisors related to its access road. And the Planning Commission gave some oversight and some recommendations. They were supposed to come back with a traffic study. And remember, as I was saying before, that whole area has changed significantly. With the Prickett Preserve development, it's not just, hey, we got apartments, we got this, Wegmans, and we got the Paris Baguette or what have you. We also, as a result of that, there was about $6 million of improvements that were made on the roadways around that particular development. Those improvements were paid for by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania through a grant. And that changed some of the traffic dynamic of that area. And the challenge was that that was a highly trafficked area previously with below average scores for speed and throughput for an area. With the changes both in the road surface and widening and the development, we actually got significant improvements. We think, we don't know because we haven't run future studies, improvements in accessibility Monday through Friday, basically during rush hour period, with worsened traffic on the weekends. That was the initial assumption when we got the traffic studies related to Prickett Preserve. Now we're bringing in some 55 plus communities with new cars. How does that impact overall traffic in that area? Then additionally, what happens, because we do have a pedestrian crossing a little further up. As you know, if you've anybody try to walk in that area, we've had some issues with light sinking and all that stuff. But how does this new development impact traffic in the area is something for you to consider, and then how that the options are related to that. So that's where the first part of this, which is how do we address that particular development, that access road, and then from there, what's your larger input on traffic issues related to the whole sort of research area and things that that are coming in that area? To that end, there is a member of the public here who had asked a question about safety related to an intersection at the point between Edgewood Road and Yardley Langhorne Road. So those are questions that's in the research area. So what's going to happen over the next month or so is that the study team, that's the consultant folks, has been reaching out to affected parties. So that includes landowners in the area, it includes interested community members, and we have people from each of the committees that are a part of that. So we are coming back to each of our liaison assignments and saying, hey, we're going to ask some questions about people's perception in the area, and we want to get feedback to help inform the plan. So hopefully I've given you enough overview. I didn't want to overwhelm the meeting part, but that at least gives you how that particular thing fits in the broader framework of what we're thinking about. And it's no surprise that we receive requests from developers to do and build things that the zoning may or may not allow. And that's part of the issue with Prickett Preserve that required a special zoning overlay in there. And like I said, the township collectively, there are pluses and minuses with that particular development. And the goal is to make sure, hey, if there's future development in that area, that the township has a better understanding of its total impact, to make sure that the cost impact to everybody else in the township's covered. But more importantly, from a public safety element as it relates to traffic, that we've got a smooth flow of vehicles and pedestrians. So there is a walkway across 295. We do want people to have walkability between different elements of that area. So that's where this sort of part of this thinking around accessibility and requiring those kinds of things is part of that. And you should expect as citizens that there'll be public meetings about the planning exercise. The planning exercise will have recommendations and strategies for the township as it looks at potential development in the area. So I hope I way over answered that question. I get in trouble for being too detailed. Yeah, it's overpass. Yep. And if you ever walk that way, that light where you go, we've had issues with the light being synced properly so that pedestrians can cross with, there's significant traffic that's on Township Line Road and Stony Hill, which gets into the question about, well, where do you place the access road from the Middletown Township development?
Can you guys make sure you're using your microphones?
Mhm.
Unless you click the microphone, I can't hear you.
Oh, you gotta be closer.
Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, now it's on. Thank you. Has there been a preliminary plan where it shows where this building's going and exactly, well, not exactly where, or the proposed, let's say, road, access road?
Yes. And that's what I'm trying to pull up right now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I would like to actually see it. I mean, and usually they have those plans in the office there.
Yep. Let me see if I can pull. The Wi-Fi here is so slow that I'm going to go on my phone because that's faster. Uh,
Normally that's sent out to us on the, on the computer and then we can look at it.
Yeah.
Of course, it's small there, but at least.
Well, what I'm
Yeah.
thinking of is if I can pull it up and email it to one of you, you could put it on the screen if you wanted to
Oh.
see that. And so let me see if I can hit refresh. Oh man. Coming. I got 4 bars here. Come on. There we go. That would be the traffic study. Yeah, but you're looking for, you want to see the plans. Yeah, let me get
Oh,
the,
they're not showing it. Oh, okay, okay.
Farms Edge, it's Shadybrook.
Oh, it doesn't show you where.
Uh,
Yeah, I guess they haven't decided exactly. They have? Oh. I know. Oh, I can see, I can picture the Shady Brook and, it's like on the other side. It's not on our side, let's say. It's on the, or yeah, but then you have to have a road going through somewhere, going through Shady Brook someplace. Then you'd have to have a road there.
it's going to go into Township Line Road. The question is where, though? That's where, oh, here we go.
Yeah. All this fancy stuff here. They're going to build over here. Gee whiz. Oh, here you go. That's all your fancy stuff there. Wow. Mm.
And I'm sorry, this is so slow. Sorry, I'm trying to get the plans up real quick.
Usually Jim would send it out. Jim Majewski would send it out.
Yeah,
Dakota, you can see us, but not the screen. So nothing's on the screen yet, except us.
Okay, yeah, I just see like you guys on the panel.
Okay, yeah, because we're not showing anything on the screen yet.
Okay, got it.
I have the stormwater part, but I don't have. Hold on. Here we go. So here's the plans. Yeah. So this was one option. Is there a way for me to? This one. What's your email?
R Kirk, KRK 122.
This will give you access. We still have to get on this computer, right?
Yeah.
So what if I join that Zoom call?
Oh, yeah, you might be able to then share your screen.
Yeah.
Bear with us, Dakota. We're trying to get something up there.
Oh, no worries. If you email it, I can share it too. Whatever works.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you want
Just
to?
forward the email to Dakota.
Yep.
And she
I'm
can.
gonna forward it to you right now. That might be easier.
Sounds good.
All right, it's on its way.
It's asking me for an email address, and it's not mine because it's a secure link.
You want to, you think is it mine then, John, or yours?
Yeah. I have to.
Oh, contact the person you shared it with.
Huh?
Dakota, try putting in my email address, okay?
It just worked. All right, there's a lot of security.
Okay, so this was discussed at the February 9th meeting. Um,
Yeah, I'm still having like access issues. It says like the endpoint only accepts post requests. So
well, maybe it might be better if I try and access. see if I can join from. Yeah, I don't, oh, here it is. It's in. Well, you know what?
Yeah. jump over.
Sorry, I didn't expect that to be doing tech work here. Let's see if I can. Let's see. The heck? There's no mouse here. Sorry, I'm a PC. I'm not a PC person. Okay. Oh, this may not let me in either because of our security. God, this is bored. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. They won't actually see my. Oh. Well, this might not. I got 800.
Oh, my.
Mine's long.
Oh, brother. Oh, got it.
one.
Oh, to sign, oh, to pass.
Yeah.
They're a pain.
Oh, let's see. I'm filming this, so it should be fine. Eight.
Well, it is a long one.
Oh. Now, it's going to send me a thing I'm going to approve. Okay, good. So now, now I can go into. Okay. Mm. Last 3 months. So is this sharing on the screen then? So Dakota, can you see my screen? Or is this? No, we're not sharing. The good news is we weren't sharing the screen. So now we'll share the screen. Can you see this, Dakota?
I can. It is very small though.
Yeah.
Okay, let me size it up a little bit. Shoot. Let's see, how do I? There we go.
Perfect.
You can size it down if you want it, but this gives you at least.
Yeah, John, you could stay there while we talk about it. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to take over your.
That's fine. That's what we're
So-
here for.
This is the tail end of, you see where my cursor is moving?
Mhm.
This is the tail end of where Middletown ends, and then the roadway is the only part of the development that would be coming in. And this is their original suggestion was, and you can see this follows along another parcel and then ties into Township Line Road. Now, the Planning Commission looked at this and said, well, wait a second. Do we want to tie into Stony Hill Road right up ahead? Which is the question that was brought about. And then in the Planning Commission, let me just go back here. There was discussion about, oh man, make it so hard for you to.
Where on Stony Hill Road would it come in?
Well, it could match up so that,
Like where Stony Hill meets Township Road?
yeah,
Yeah, Stony Hill Road, that's below that, that's down there.
Yeah, but you have to turn,
yeah.
yeah.
That road is close to one of the, those buildings there, the, office buildings there, 777 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. Now I get, now I can begin to see where this thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to find the minutes from that last meeting.
Now, does that area, I mean, would they have to get permission? Does that belong to somebody where they want that road?
No, so it's entirely, they would own all of the land involved. And so this was the final, this is the minutes from the planning commission meeting. Let me just get to the part. Okay, whoops, sorry. Get to where they came out of this. Because they made a specific recommendation. Okay, option B, which is tying in directly to four-way intersection, so that,
At Stony Hill?
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
instead of that area, they had recommended to tie into Stony Hill so that that would be a four-way intersection. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That means you come over 95 down and then you,
You could go directly into
in,
the,
in,
yeah,
you know,
Across.
straight
Yeah.
across,
Yeah.
straight across.
yeah.
But
Okay.
usually
And
existing
then
traffic
they
light.
would then buy up that land that whatever it is they would use then for the road. That's part of, isn't that part of Shadybrook or that area? Does that belong to Shady
It's
Brook?
Shadybrook owns all the land
I
for the
think they
road, so
own-
they wouldn't be doing anything, they wouldn't have to acquire any land as part of that.
They wouldn't have to, because they're going through Shady Brook's land there.
Yep, it's all Shadybrook's land.
Oh, but yeah, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shady Brook says, okay, you can go through because we're building we are building, okay.
Yeah, so Shadybrook owns the land
They
in
own it, they own it,
Middletown
they
and
own
they
it.
own the land in Lower
Okay.
Makefield.
Okay.
Let me see what they define as
So do
option.
we really have a choice in?
Yeah, so the question is, should two showed, gosh, I'm trying to figure this, I'm sorry, I didn't anticipate.
It's option B, to tie into Shadybrook, I mean, to tie into Stony Hill. Option A is to come off of 332.
No, option A is to come in
Come
right,
off of township
the
line.
township line right here. See where this is?
Yeah.
But then you have Stony Hill up ahead.
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
So the question is, wouldn't it be more convenient for travelers and also pedestrians as well? If, for example, this roadway, where instead of going into township line, we're matching to Stony Hill.
Because they could cross here and they go to that other, the building they have there. Stony Hill has their store there.
Yes, so,
could
well,
co-
yeah,
They could
you,
walk up, they could make a path there and walk around to that store from there too.
and they
Okay.
could easily access, by the way, along pathway if they wanted to go to Prickett Preserve.
Option makes a lot more sense.
Which is why the planning commission preferred that option. And that was in their. Let's see what they have.
How far off of 332 is the building going to be? How far? From 332, you have that other road coming in there where the college used to be, or where, what was the name of that? The industrial place, Lockheed Martin.
Oh, you're thinking about the roadway on the other side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that still there?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So, and I'm sorry to move my hand
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's
yeah,
over here.
Yeah, it's over
That
there.
doesn't get changed at all.
No, but that doesn't, you couldn't come in that way too, or no, they wouldn't do that.
Well, they don't own that land.
They don't own the land.
They do,
Okay,
and so the
okay.
other question was, and they didn't submit it in this version here. There is a way to connect to provide access through another neighborhood within Middletown. And Middletown said that they could have a temporary emergency access.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Right, but they couldn't have,
Another access, another.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, okay, they go, this would be the only way in and out then.
yes.
Okay.
There would be an emergency access
Emergency exit. but
from
this is-
Middletown.
This is the only way they get in and out to make all the people going, whatever,
Yeah.
from the building, the staff, whatever, everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
How big would that road have to be? That's another thing.
well, the question is how many people are coming,
Oh,
right?
yeah, okay.
So if it's 129 houses, how many cars per house
Mm.
do we expect on a given
Oh,
hourly, right?
Okay.
So if you assume, I don't know, 2 cars per household,
Mhm.
right? And how many traffic trips a day?
Yeah.
What's your peak hourly rate of
Mhm.
traffic?
Yeah,
That's why, and you got the 15 pager for, the traffic study from Bowman, right? And that's, this here. Sorry. This is the traffic study that they provided.
oh, okay.
And this one, here, let me make this larger for folks to see. So, this is a 26-foot wide access to hit our standards for width. 150-foot left turn lane to PennDOT guidelines. And then this is projected average daily volume of cars for each one of those roads.
Mhm.
And this gives you the sort of site access.
Any sidewalks or anything or?
Yeah, there would be sidewalk.
Okay.
So there'd be a paved pedestrian path, west side of Stony Hill Road. And there's already a paved on the east side
Mhm.
that goes to Prickett Preserve.
Yeah. Mhm.
So yeah, and this is the traffic counts from 2024. And this is the traffic crash frequency. And this is the number of trips that would be generated for that land use code. So
Mhm.
so it would be 129 units, 734 trips. Here's your peak hours, right? And everyone can see that. on
Oh,
the
okay,
screen.
okay,
Yeah.
it's over here, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And yeah, this is the
Yeah, now, what do they encounter when they come out onto, Township Line Road? There's no light there or anything, not gonna be a light or anything.
There is an existing light
Stony
here,
Hill.
right at Stony Hill. There's already an existing.
Yeah, that would just become a four-way
Yeah.
intersection instead of a three.
Yep,
Yeah, if they put it there, if they put it down further,
yeah.
then what?
Well, then there's no light.
Then there's no light, will they
Yeah.
be able to come out and make a right or, you know? a
Well,
left?
right would be easy, a left would be
Yeah,
hard.
the left would be
You'd
hard,
have to put a light.
the left would be
to
difficult.
kill
Yeah.
those cars.
The left would be difficult, and to put the light that close together, it would be.
Yeah, you'd have an extra light, it
No,
would slow down
it would-
traffic.
Yeah, that would probably be too much.
So that's where is the?
You said they're leaning towards the Stony Hill, just converting that to a four-way.
Well,
Yeah,
did
that-
they- I mean, did they look at that? Did any of the traffic engineers look at that and say that would be okay?
I think they said that was the better option.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, because I know we had that other thing there going into, was it Wright or Torbit? I can't remember. Going up straight and then they didn't, that intersection there, right, as you come up, to 332. We had talked about putting, a road right there, making it a four-way, but they said that was no good. The traffic there would be no good there.
so this is what they're proposing based on the planning commission's recommendation, which was provided 26-foot access road.
Mm-hmm.
Basically match up with Stony Hill Road and make it a fourth leg of the intersection, right?
Yeah, I
So the
understand that.
third,
Yeah. Yeah,
And then modify the existing traffic signal to incorporate the access road
Yeah,
as the fourth leg. So,
yeah.
and you get ADA compliant pedestrian facilities on both sides.
Mhm.
So the drawbacks with this particular study, and I don't know when the date is on this, I'm assuming this is relatively recent.
That intersection, when I've been there, has not been a problem.
Mm-hmm. When was this done? Oh, March 6th. So this is refreshed after that planning commission meeting
Oh, okay,
to
okay.
incorporate that.
okay.
So this is what they think the volumes of traffic will be entering that road based on the number of people, the peak traffic time,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
and then so for you guys, and I'm the liaison, I'm
Yeah,
not the guy
yeah,
who's telling
yeah.
you what.
Yeah, I
what
know,
put forth.
yeah.
So it seems like, that's your job now.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Everybody's okay
Yeah.
with Stony Hill
Yeah.
versus a
Well,
separate entrance.
It makes more sense.
Right. Okay.
As long as there are like left turn signal, left turn arrows.
There'd have to be, yeah,
Right.
because
Right, they'll be backed up in there.
But I said, I've never
Well,
had, I've
don't
never had a
necessarily
problem there. I've never had a problem there with that intersection. Now once you get up to 332, then
Yeah.
then it's,
So you add.
Right. But even now,
Yeah.
like from Township Line Road turning left onto the Stony Hill, you have a left turn signal. So it makes
Oh, yeah,
sense they would
yeah.
put a left turn
Oh,
signal
yeah.
to get out of there. And
I have a quick question, and I apologize because I joined late, but so this development's in Middletown Township, but Middletown Township said you can't have access. So now Lower Makefield has to have road access?
So Middletown conditioned their approval on an access road from Lower Makefield. So in theory, if the Board of Supervisors were to say no, right, that development would have to go back to Middletown for review and a different approach.
Yeah.
Now, part of this is there are neighborhoods back there and they don't want to necessarily put the traffic there
Yeah.
when people can have traffic access from a more heavily trafficked road.
Mhm.
So that's where the sort of trade-off
Yeah.
is for the site. So, and then you can see the zoning map here for Middletown.
Yeah.
And if I make this larger, this gets you, this is where the site is, right? You're talking about giving all those one way in and one way out off of what would be, normal
Yeah.
neighborhood roads.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
that would be not as convenient and also
Mhm.
probably
Safe.
Well,
yeah. And
most likely, since it's all the Shadybrook, they probably would have the right to do this. I mean.
yeah, so,
yeah,
yep. So
We wouldn't, we could stop, but then they would we'd wind up in court,
well, potentially, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So there's sort of like, how do you make this work for everybody?
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, I mean, you can make a recommendation. If you're comfortable with the Stony Hill connection versus the Township Line Road connection.
That seems better because here with the right and left turns and stuff like that, and that, it's much better off putting it at the light.
Yeah.
Just straight across?
I
You
don't-
would still have this circle probably, and you'd go straight across to Stony, Hill, or you may have to do something based on what the land is here. Because there was existing sort of an access road here, they were using that and now paving it.
Mhm.
So, that would be, something that may still exist as an
Unless
emergency
there's
entrance.
something in that area, I don't know what that looks like, or for the roadway and all that stuff like that. I guess that would be,
Let me see what we got.
Catherine would know about that. Catherine, when they put that road in, after the ground underneath there and all that has to be good enough to support that road, yeah. No,
No.
okay, not, well,
And there's a gravel path already there. So this is stuff that has already been traveled. So
okay,
it's
okay.
already,
Mhm.
yeah. And you could see where this was their original approach.
It just seems silly.
Well, I doubt they would come all the way down and then go
Yeah.
around. I wouldn't. It would
Yeah.
be,
Yep. So that's where the traffic study was based off of a Stony Hill connection, a four-way light,
Yeah.
which is where the planning commission was.
Yeah, that's.
If you guys don't like, whatever, you can have a motion to say, hey, we agree. We accept the traffic study as is, or you can say, you can make another recommendation, whatever you want to recommend.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
The larger question, and this is what I wanted to preface with you, so that next meeting, we may have a series of questions for you to start thinking about.
Mhm.
What are the key traffic areas in this quadrant, including the one that our public commenter has asked about? And by the way, if it's okay, can we state your name and that you're a Lower Makefield resident?
Yeah, she already has it.
Oh, she already has it?
She already has.
What's your name, sir? Okay. Okay.
408 Ramsey Road.
Awesome. So, public commenter, Tony
Your
Dixon.
mic wasn't on.
Yeah,
Oh,
his
go ahead.
mic wasn't on. So his name is Tony Dixon, for the record, in case someone is following.
on.
Yeah, it's on. But that's everything that I
Yeah.
have for you
Okay.
right now.
All right.
And you are free to ask questions.
What are these 55 plusers or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't have any children, anyone.
Okay.
It doesn't add bus stops, right? But here's where I'm going to tell you now,
I guess
I'm
that-
opposed to 55 plus communities.
Yeah.
I want no more new 55 plus communities in Lower Makefield. I can say that now because I am old, because they're very high maintenance residents, just saying.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna,
Oh, yeah.
the Regency
Oh,
people
boy.
come
Okay.
for me.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
But yes, it's
Yes.
55 plus.
Well, I guess they're under 100,000, right?
But these houses, oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, these houses are going to be, I'm sure probably 600 plus
Yeah,
or
oh,
something
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
well, the other ones being built, they're 100, well, they're big, they're larger. They're gonna be 1 million each or plus. Oh, the ones on,
Orbit?
Torbit.
Yeah, those are going to be one.
Torbit and,
Well, Wright Farm is closer. The Wright Farm will be like 1.5.
oh, okay.
And those are
well,
55?
No, no,
Oh,
that's,
those
that's,
just-
those are open to
Yeah.
anybody
Exactly.
who has a spare 1 point.
Yeah.
So.
Like,
But is there anything else you want me to display here? Or
No,
question?
now that I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. What's the distance? Like, how much longer is this driveway or entrance going to be? I mean, I agree. I think Stony Hill is probably the best
Mhm.
solution, but I don't know. I'm like an environmentalist at heart, so paving more land, just I don't know. Like, is there any way we could work in like, like native plants or rain gardens from the runoff? Maybe that's in the stormwater ordinance. It just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth to
Yeah. So
pave
what I would,
more.
yeah, so they're going to be subject to the stormwater ordinance of the township for this parcel, that section where is the roadway, and they will have to do anything. And it's a reminder also too, if the developer does anything, they'd also be subject to our native plant ordinance. So we're one of the very first native plant ordinances, right, G? Yeah, it's over 20 years old, I think. Yeah. And it requires developers that when they are, and I'm sorry, I can't get this to, when they develop new property, any trees that they plant or any shrubbery has to be native. So that's to your point. Let me see if I can.
I guess that's just because like I feel like Middletown is getting the taxation and we're just getting traffic. Like, can we ask for a little bit more? Outside of, I know maybe there's like the standard native plant ordinance, but maybe ask for like a little bit more in terms of like land, like design and hiding the road or
Right. And this
like
is
urban landscaping.
You can make conditions on your recommendation. So if, Dakota, if you said, hey, we're, we're going, whatever the motion is, whether you support tying into Stony Hill or what have you, or that traffic decision, you can condition your approval upon, a comprehensive native plant, plan to manage stormwater and also obscure the roadway would be your concern. The hard part about that is it would be hard to plant stuff now that would obscure the roadway. It would take a while for that to develop, but you could certainly say that the tree bank be fully enforced and that trees be planted on both sides of the road in a way that would allow it to grow in, to provide, some degree of,
Like
I don't wanna
aesthetic landscaping.
yes, and
Even, I don't know how much, on each side of the road, how much, Catherine, on each side of the road, is there some area that's, part of the road they still considered their right away? Oh, okay, because it's, that would be the only area that we could control.
Mhm.
We couldn't control anything else but that area, because the rest of it's private property and you can't do anything about that.
Um, but this at least gives you
Who, and one other thing, who takes care of this road? Has this then become a township road? Or, would it be a private road for that, would
I
the,
don't know if it gets dedicated back to the township. It
Oh,
probably,
yeah.
it might or may not be based on the fact that there's an HOA for that. So they may take over that road and be responsible for the plowing of
Yeah,
it.
okay, the plowing and repairing,
Yes.
okay, yeah, because that's important. We don't, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't need any more roads to fix.
So that all could be in your motion.
Yeah,
That you
Yeah.
place in there, that, so then you define whatever your motion is. You can debate it amongst yourselves, you vote on it,
Yeah.
that goes to the board of supervisors, along with, the stuff that we got from planning and other stuff.
Mm.
And, or you, I mean, you can make recommendations however you want, including, hey, no road until the planning stuff is done. If you want to do that too. For those who are listening online, I'm just
Yeah.
offering options, not
All the
making
options.
recommendations
All the
and
options. I
or,
was thinking about that as the road be theirs to maintain.
yeah.
That's important.
So it seems, I don't want to take, I gotta, let me log out of here. So that,
Okay.
you have every access. I normally don't, I'm normally not the guy who shares the screen on this stuff, but, here, I'll hit stop
Mhm.
share too. Cause I kind of want you guys to.
All right. Thank you, John.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's one thing we definitely should bring up, the maintenance of that road
Right.
and the trees. We could because it'd still be the right of way. As Catherine said, it's the right of way. So I guess we could, just say, plant some trees or whatever they're going to do. I don't know how many or whatever.
There's gonna be a sidewalk, right?
It should be.
Yeah, there's going to be a sidewalk, so people can walk out there and then walk over, I guess, to that, either to Shadybrook store there or go and across the road.
That
There.
would be for them to figure.
That would,
out.
but I mean, that's, part of it, part of the development.
So what I have is like, one thing for us, well, first of all,
I think we all agree, or right, I don't want to assume, but I mean, that does make the most logical sense to have just,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, well, when will they, well, I guess, yeah, he's out there, yeah. He's out there, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
would you send that to him and then he can send it out or whatever.
Oh,
The actual-
I sent you the link.
Okay, those
Okay,
plans, okay.
yeah.
I'll
And you
send
can-
it.
That's all we have.
Send
We
it
don't
out.
have plans with the connection
You
to,
can send it out.
I'll forward it to you.
Stony Hill. So you may want to request as part of your, motion that you see final rendered plans.
Oh, we'll have to see the final plan.
Yeah. You could put that in there as well.
Have to
Yeah.
See the final plan.
Before we- Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Also, we have a question about, who does the maintenance on the road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maintenance, if we have any authority, I don't know, to plant trees or to plant something.
Yeah.
Right, well, we'd want Middletown to
Yeah.
do that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the developer would be.
Oh, the
responsible.
developer should do that, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be also the Environmental Commission. Environmental, they're the ones with the tree people. Aren't you a tree person? Your husband's a tree person. Okay, all right. Well, we'll get him to dig the holes there.
So is someone going to reach out to the environmental committee? I'm happy to do it. I just want something worked in. So like, I don't know, that whole area it seems like they're like bulldozing, and I just think they need some like nice landscape. If we're getting nothing else from this besides traffic, I think we need to ask for some nice landscaping or something.
Dakota, I'll reach out to you, but if you want to put something together specifically regarding that, that would be terrific.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to put it together.
Okay,
So I'll send you guys the link.
okay, yeah, do that, yeah.
Well, I'm not sure, I was able to open it because John sent it to me. I'll probably print it and scan it and send it that way.
Oh, well, you can just download the file and then
Oh, yeah.
attach the email.
On my computer, it's easier.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. No, I should have brought a
Yeah.
computer as opposed to laptop.
Well, we didn't know.
Yeah.
Mr. Dixon, did you want to say anything more? Because you talked at the beginning. Now would be a great time.
Yeah, now would
'cause
be a
it's all-
time.
It ties right into what we were
Yeah.
just discussing. You can sit right there and just hit the little button and this way it'll
It'll
be
light up,
recorded.
it'll light up the,
Want to do your motion first or?
Okay, yeah, I've never done this.
Oh,
But,
okay. So Someone who has, makes a motion that says, okay, we approve, disapprove the proposal to tie into Stony Hill Road as part of this, land use, subject to the following conditions.
Okay,
Right? So if you're approving, right, what are the conditions you want placed on it? So you want to see fully rendered designs for the tie-in to Stony Hill Road. You want to have, you want to have, plantings around the road to make sure that it's aesthetically pleasing and obscures the road, as much as safely possible, if that's your requirement. And was there anything else you wanted to do?
the maintenance.
The maintenance, that was the third, right? So those are your three requirements. So someone makes a motion that says, hey, I approve, disapprove this proposal subject to these three recommendations. Those are the three. So final rendered drawings, tree plantings, and ownership of the road remains with the HOA. So someone makes that motion, someone then seconds it. The chair says, hey, any questions or debate about it? If there's public comment about that motion, the public commenter can come in about that motion. If there's none and you're done your debate, then someone says, hey, I call the question. And then the chair says, okay, we'll take the vote. All those in favor, aye. Those opposed, nay. And then that records your recommendation. But again, we're getting all this on video, so whoever does the minutes will get all of it.
So
And it's being summarized by AI, I hope.
I can make the motion myself?
You could as chair or someone else
It's okay.
could. I often, the chair lets a member
Okay,
do that
somebody
and
else
then
wanna
does a
make the
second.
motion?
I'll make the motion.
Turn on your,
Make the motion.
to make the motion to
Motion
approve
to approve the the
Connection.
connection of the road to
Stony Hill.
Stony Hill
Mhm.
from
Township.
Township Line Road,
Yeah.
Township Road, given these three requirements.
So
Okay.
final plans.
Being the final plans, having environmental and aesthetically pleasing plantings around the road,
Yeah.
and
Ma-
terrible.
Maintenance.
And the maintenance of, to see who is going to be responsible for the maintenance.
Well, the HOA of the
Make-
property
Oh.
development would be responsible.
Make sure the.
Make sure that the HOA is going to maintain
Ownership.
ownership of the road.
Is there a second? Okay. Now you can debate amongst yourselves.
Now we can debate it.
Is are we in agreement with that? Any
We're,
in
okay.
agreement?
Can I modify it?
Yes.
Okay. I request the modification for a consultation and plan with a landscape architect for roadside native plantings in a way to like aesthetically obscure the roadway in the final plans.
Now, maker of the motion, accept that amendment, second, accept it without having a vote. So if you accept it, the seconder accepts it.
Okay, I have trouble with the wording of obscuring. Because you're talking about entering and leaving onto a major road.
Well, not that part, I guess, like the remaining like hundreds of feet that are currently going through like an existing plot.
Okay, say it again then.
Sorry, I'm just wordsmithing it.
Dakota,
I guess I'll modify it to the consultation and plan with the landscape architect for roadside native plantings in the final design.
That sounds all right to me. Yeah, yeah. Catherine's writing it down.
And I'll put it in the chat too.
What? We have to second that or?
I think because the second person agreed, I think we're, did you ready? Yeah.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay. All right, okay.
Okay, so I think we're good on that right now. We have Mr. Dixon.
We didn't okay it, should we just?
Oh,
Oh,
so
Well, before you do that, does Mr. Dixon have any concerns about that motion or this opportunity?
Yeah, and, was going to address it rather narrow. If what I'm about to speak about has some bearing on this plan, and if there's an opportunity, for example, to build in study or some action as a proviso for it, then perhaps.
No,
No.
you're more point, I think what you're asking for should be part of the township's overall planning
That's a,
exercise.
Yeah,
And that's where I think that's best help with, that's,
yeah,
yeah,
I
that's,
hate to be
that's really not,
commentarian
it's
and
not specific.
liaison and help.
that's not specific to this situation, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Okay,
So with that, some would say, hey, do you want to call the question?
so do we want to call the question and
Yeah.
approve?
Yes. Yeah, I approve, yes.
No, the chair says all those in favor signify
Okay.
by saying aye.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed?
Any opposed?
I guess
No?
not,
So
okay.
I think we're
Right.
good.
Okay.
Motion is cast?
Carried.
Carried?
Carried.
Carried. Motion is
Okay.
carried.
Now, the next
Now.
element is general public comment for Mr. Dixon to,
Finally, Mr.
Yeah.
Dixon. So, general public comment, we have Mr. Dixon here from Ramsey Court Road,
Ramsey Road.
Ramsey Road, 40-year resident. What do you have, Mr. Ramsey?
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, Supervisor Lewis. My name is Anthony Tony, is what I go by, Dixon. I'm a mostly retired attorney, and a lot of your discussions bring back some memories. In law school, I spent a lot of time on land use planning and zoning. Subsequent to that, within the New Jersey Department of Transportation and their land use legal department. And to fast forward quite a bit in terms of time, but to highlight one of the reasons I'm really interested in this particular issue, safety at this intersection, is that I spent 32 years with one of our area's largest automobile insurers, and I've seen too many accidents, too many injuries. And the issue that I wanted to raise with you for probably not action, maybe for advice, maybe something that you can do in terms of follow-up, is the intersection of Edgewood Road and Yardley Langhorne Road, commonly known as the Point. And in particular, the sight lines, or for many years now, the lack thereof of sight lines for motorists who are proceeding down Edgewood Road, coming to the intersection of Edgewood and Yardley Langhorne, and having their vision blocked by an older historical building that has been there for many, many years. I'm not here at all to criticize that building, but just to ask if there isn't some solution, even on an interim basis, that can be employed to make that intersection safer. Frankly, one of the thoughts that I have every time that I go through it, with my heart sometimes in my throat, God forbid there's a van full of kids that gets T-boned at that intersection by a car coming up Yardley Langhorne
I've seen
Road.
accidents there.
I understand from some folks in the Yardley Makefield Fire Company that in fact what I just described happened years ago. And God forbid that it should ever happen again. Now, I've been in this township for 40 years. I've traveled that road many, many times. And back in the day, there used to be a parabolic mirror. It was a simple solution, wasn't the best solution, but you know what? It was better than nothing. So that if you were on Edgewood Road proceeding into that intersection, and if you stopped where you were supposed to stop, and even if you crept forward a little bit, you'd have some sense of whether traffic was coming at you and whether or not you were going to be able to exit that intersection onto Yardley Langhorne Road safely. And that's been gone. Now, I raised this issue with Dr. Fred Weiss some years back, and he acknowledged that the point, it's been a traffic problem for decades, and it still is. I know that approximately a year ago, there was some change in the development of the area around the point, including what had been two homes, now one. And there was a suggestion made at the time by Supervisor Blundy and Colin Coyle about somehow Edgewood Road and the stop sign at Edgewood Road being moved forward into Yardley Langhorne Road, and maybe Yardley Langhorne Road being widened a little bit there, so that motorists coming down Edgewood would have a stop sign that gave them a clearer view, a much clearer view of oncoming traffic. That hasn't happened. I'm not sure that there was anything formal that would have made that happen. I understand there are some complexities because we've got a township road with Edgewood and also a county road or a state road with Yardley Makefield. I'm not sure which. PennDOT was supposed to have been involved. I've spoken to Perry Warren's office about this in the past. I don't know where this fits into the planning process, and I think the planning process is an appropriate one, but it's going to take some time. And all I'm asking is, isn't there something on an interim basis that can be done to make things a little bit safer for our residents? And I don't know if there's a better or easier solution, or whether or not it's still an appropriate solution to think about, again, a parabolic mirror, but it's something. And honestly, I got a little frustrated not knowing where to try to have this discussion initiated. Yeah. Saw a note about you folks in your agenda, and I thought, you know what, why not? It seems like given
Yeah.
the nature of the commission, it's an appropriate place. How that coordinates into something, some sort of coordination with the Board of Supervisors or a planning commission, I don't know. But again, I think it's a very important safety issue, and one that hopefully, even on an interim basis.
Well, excuse me, when we first started this commission, we went out and we checked things in our areas. We each had a different area to look at. That happened to be my area, and I looked at that, and that intersection is in our original book. We have a book there that with recommendations and the different things in the township. It's still available here. You can get it here. I mean, to look at it. I have it. I still have it, and but that's just, that is in there. Because that's been, I don't know how many years now we've had this. How many years, John? How many years has this been in existence? 10, 15, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
maybe
there.
more.
That intersection is one of the things, and it's still there. That intersection.
It's still
It's still there.
It's still there.
We have Di Lorenzo's there.
Di Lorenzo's came in there.
They could reserve, adding some congestion. The zoning board tomorrow, I understand, has on its agenda the old CVS property and the possibility of a car wash there. I'd take no position on that, but again, I think traffic at that point may be impacted.
Something's going to go there at some point.
Yeah, at some point, but that's.
And isn't there some kind of even on an interim basis, solution that can be put into place for the benefit of the safety of our residents?
The stop sign, maybe. I don't know. The one who would know, I guess, would be the Chief Kelly, the police. Have you spoken to him?
No, I have not.
I don't know, because that's not really, I don't think that would have to go through PennDOT to move that a little bit.
Well, if you move the stop sign to the point where you'd have a decent sight line, you'd be in the roadway of
Almost,
roughly.
pretty close to it.
Yeah.
I know it.
Because there's no stop sign the other way. There's only that one stop.
No,
sign.
No, there's no stop sign for
Becomes
very dangerous.
coming toward
That would-
Edgewood Road on
we
Yardley.
wouldn't be able to do that. I doubt that these things have to go through PennDOT for you probably know this, has to go through that for the stop signs, for lights, for stuff like that. We just can't do that.
Same on.
No, I understand that. And in the scheme of things, it seems like a minor issue
No,
relative
that's
to everything else that you have going on.
That's not minor. That's
But-
a real problem.
Yeah, and it's been, and that's part of the frustration. It's been, and I don't know what anybody can do to try to get some sort of even interim
Make it
solution
one
in
way.
place. Um,
That would, but that won't fly either.
Edgewood is ours though, right?
yeah, I believe so.
Edgewood R, part of it, I think, is,
Part of it is ours, part of it's a state road, depends.
I'm not sure which.
Um, One of the things that you might want to consider is a resolution asking for a 3-year crash history report.
Yeah.
So that if you say, you can ask the chief as a follow-up for a 3-year crash history report at that intersection.
Mhm.
And then, a review of known traffic control measures at that intersection. And to see if a traffic study is warranted. So for example, if they do an initial check and they don't see any accidents at all in 3 years, they might say, yes, it's one of those things where it's concerning, but isn't necessarily as dangerous,
Mm.
right? Or, for example, many folks are not happy with the traffic circles, right? I love them. I love them. I'll tell you why, but for another time. The point about this is they were 1/5 the cost and they're a much safer alternative than the other options. But the people don't necessarily like them because it forces them to be alert when they're driving.
Oh, I like them. I just wish they were just a little bit narrower.
Yeah. So I think what you could ask the traffic commission to do is, because you've come here, normally we have like a problem report form, right, for traffic commission. But I think you could probably ask, as a starting point, for Chief Kelly to review the 3-year accident data. And if there's anything, the known traffic control measures for that intersection. So occasionally, by the way, we'll get concerns from folks about operations of lights. So for example, oh gosh, Big Oak and Oxford Valley, that
Yeah.
all the time. So I've got, and by the way, I emailed Chief about it, and I have like 4 or 5 prior things where we've looked at it, and there were times when the light signals were off, and the Google Maps caught it, which was thankful. It was a weird circumstance, but I think if you say, as a result of this, that we would like the police to give me 3 years accident history and just a quick review, they can provide some feedback, because they may say a lot of different things. Like if there were accidents or there are issues, then we could then engage a traffic engineer to say parabolic mirror or other stuff. By the way, you're always surprised. Good traffic engineers have a lot of tools in their arsenal to do traffic calming or safety measures that don't necessarily, you wouldn't have thought of, right? So before we get to that stage, let's first see if there's a significant issue.
Yeah, well, as you recognize, Supervisor, the township is changing. Traffic patterns are changing because of development. Whatever happened or didn't happen 3 years ago is not likely to repeat itself as we move forward.
Right, but the good news is we've increased the amount of traffic in that intersection with Prickett Preserve and some of the other stuff. So we've changed traffic flows. The question is, have we experienced a high degree of accidents or any accidents? I don't know. So we may come back and say, hey, there's 7 accidents. Oh, that's a lot of accidents, right? It rises to the level of, like, I don't know, the deer hits that we have on Woodside, which I count all the time. So like on rough variants, we could find out how difficult that situation is, whether we have a problem. And then if we think we do, we can go to the traffic engineer. If we don't think we do, right, and you're still concerned as well, you should be concerned. Our planning exercise around traffic in the area, you could then say, hey, can you consider what the impact is when you have redevelopment for this particular intersection, which I will concede to you as a driver is one that's very difficult to visually go through.
It is.
Right, so I'm giving you sort of two bites of the apple, if you will. But they get to
Yeah.
say whether they want to.
You all live in the township, and I'm sure at times have gone through that intersection. And I would ask, do you feel safe going through
No.
that intersection?
No,
With the sight lines as they exist?
I avoid it. I avoid it. I actually will take this, go around. Even during election time, I work at the pole there at the church. And sometimes I go out to go someplace else and I won't go out there. I'll go all the way around to the light because I don't want to go through that intersection.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
No, we can.
I have
Did you ever meet the chief?
No, I never, a few times I've popped in and he's never been there.
Well, call him.
I'll call him.
Call him, meet him, and and see if he'll bring up the accident reports for that, for that. You can
Do
send it
they
out
would
to
have to
the
do a
send-
study on it, I guess, or they don't have, or they have.
No,
yeah,
no,
they
it's
have-
already,
they
it's
can have
already
it right
there.
There. Okay,
Already
good.
there.
So,
Sure.
So,
if you were to say, you could probably even just email.
yeah, I got his email.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm not on mic. But yeah, you could email him and say, hey, the Citizens Traffic Commission met. Mr. Dixon came before the Citizens Traffic Commission, had expressed concerns about the intersection of Edgewood and Yardley Makefield Road. Generally, most folks have always been concerned about this intersection. Do you have data on the last 3 years of accidents and what that currently looks like? And then he'll get back to you on that.
Or
Okay.
perhaps do you have an opinion with regard to the safety or not
well-
of that
Well,
intersection, given sight
We
lines
d-
as they
We do have
exist?
officers who are trained in traffic safety, so he might send one of those, it used to be,
Is Captain Roach still around?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He used to take care.
He would do it, yeah.
He was like our liaison. He would take care of all that.
Yeah, he would go check that out. But I'm sure he has another officer that could do the
Oh,
same.
okay.
And they would look at it.
But Prickett Preserve's been there 2 years now, so if we get a full 3-year history, we can kind of see if there's been an increase. And then
Yeah,
part of this
and-
is also to
and-
be proactive and to
Yep.
prevent future accidents.
Some of the
even if they
side
aren't bad
businesses
now.
like Firebirds and LaGrange or have come on a little bit more recently than
Mhm.
that. I wasn't sure where to try to start the ball
no,
rolling.
That's actually very good. So do we make a motion for this and then?
Yeah, you'd make
Yeah.
a motion for that. Someone has to make a motion.
Somebody want to make a motion to, we'll present
Yeah,
this to the
yeah,
chief?
Give us the chief.
Wait, I have a quick question before,
Sure.
like, do we
sure.
know if that other building is, I don't know, is that other building coming down?
No,
No.
no,
Like,
that's
they just-
historic. That's
That's
historic.
historic?
That's
We're keeping
historic.
it?
That would
Okay.
be the problem.
Or should I call it hysteric?
Regarding that other building, it's interesting because as I go by, I see that there is obviously an older brick or stone structure and then apparently a wooden shed that's attached to the side. Even if that shed were removed, sightlines would be tremendously
that-
improved. But
Yeah.
again, I'm not here to at all offend or argue against the history of the area. But that's got to be counterbalanced with the safety of the residents.
That house belonged to a black man, a free black man. That's in it for way back when, was unusual, I guess, and, and so he was there, I don't know how many years he was there, yeah. So but it's a historic property.
Well, and
But-
that's
I don't think they can move it because if they tried to move it, it would fall
Probably.
apart.
probably. Well, thank you
Okay,
for
thank you.
your time.
And I'll get back to you. I'll
Okay.
have your email, your jotted it right down.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Still need a motion, a second.
So-
and a vote.
Art made the motion.
Is
Do
there
we
a
have a second
seconder?
motion?
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
All right, any
Okay,
other,
we're gonna-
other comments?
Any other comments, debate on that?
Any other
Or
comments?
something more to discuss next meeting?
All right, just call the question, I guess. Call the question? Call the question.
Call the question? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm in favor, aye. Yeah.
Aye. Any opposed?
Yeah.
I think we're all ayes.
All right.
Dakota, you there? You aye?
Aye.
Okay.
What?
How about the kid? Does he say aye also?
I'm sorry, that's.
He babbles, but
Is he in college yet?
My writings.
Man, I wish this daycare, like, it is no joke on diseases. I've been sick for like 3 or 4 months.
He wants to go to Harvard, he said.
Thank you.
Fine.
Oh, we had a full meeting today.
Yeah.
Do we have any minutes that we have to approve? Because last meeting we
No, I
couldn't.
don't think we had enough people. Did we? No.
Oh, so it was an
We
informal.
didn't have enough people.
I do have a quick old business.
Sure.
Okay.
The deer hunt.
Oh,
The
yeah.
deer accident, the deer.
Oh, the deer accidents, yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing with all that information?
Well, I don't know. When is the hunt? Is that hunt?
Not the
Oh,
hunt, but-
no, I know, but when is the hunt?
The hunt's over.
Oh, it's
We went
over.
through that period. So, I normally don't talk that much during these liaison meetings, but, so the township uses an outside nonprofit, called BOMA, or Big Oak Whitetail Management
Mhm.
Association, that, hunts during, hunting season within township-owned property. And we tell everybody when we're gonna do it and all that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
And, I think we got 50 some deer, 58 deer were harvested.
Okay.
We killed does and bucks because you got to hit them both. Because normally hunters go for bucks and then the does start having
Mhm.
multiple offspring. So we've been doing that for 15 years. The traffic, anytime someone hits a deer, we track that as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we have.
Police reports.
Hmm.
And when they say deer accident,
Hmm.
mostly it's deer, there's really. And I made a report for last year
Hmm.
on what time, where, you know.
Oh, okay.
But all on a chart, and I sent it to
Yeah.
Catherine, and the idea was we were gonna map it.
Hmm.
Well,
Update.
So,
yeah,
right. One of the things that the Google Maps lets you do is you can upload, if you know the locations, right? You,
I mean, it's whatever the police put on the.
right. You can actually map it within the Google Maps tool, and then people will know, where the high deer area is.
And is that something somebody can use?
Well, that's the question. So if you think about it, is what are we doing for high deer incidence areas? Which is why I mentioned Woodside is like, because I live near it and I see 2 or 3 every month. That's a question where PennDOT has done research on deer crossing signs, and they have found them to be not effective. That's correct.
Yeah. Well, you got to put them up there in deer. They have to be written in deer, you see, so
Yeah.
they understand it.
The reason I say that is you'd be surprised people want deer crossing signs, but they haven't proven effective according to PennDOT's research, that they haven't lowered accidents. So the question is, is there things that we can do to help inform travelers? Like, hey, these are high deer areas, potentially, right? Or do we modify our deer hunts to focus on the high traffic areas? But I would tell you that, and this is where, like you asked about open space before, the key is to have greenways where the deer can move. In the northern part of the township, you have a lot of open space that's farmland preservation or other open space. They need that to move, right? And by the way, 5 Mile Woods in the southern part of the township, we bought the Guzikowski farm because it extended that greenway for animals to move. I don't have an easy answer for you but it would be interesting to know where. So if you knew that they were all over certain areas, that we might take action to find either focus hunts there, right? Or think about, are there greenway alternatives or the notifications? Those are a lot of options around that. I don't know.
List of how not to hit deer.
Yeah. Well, but my personal deer experience, and by the way, everybody's an amateur traffic engineer here in Lower Makefield. We have more of them than any other municipality. But I remember driving my car and the deer jumped right and hit the rear passenger side. There was no evading it. The deer just came right into the car. By the way, the cool part of this was the deer smudged up against the window, scared the heck out of my son, who was much younger at the time. I think he was like 6 or 7. And he was like startled. And then we had all the deer fur still in the car. But here's the exciting thing. The deer kept going.
Yeah, yeah, well, that probably wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, so I got deer gunk and a little dent, but the deer kept going.
Yeah, well.
So, and there's nothing you could have done
No,
in
the
that
deer,
case.
it wasn't bad enough that it killed the deer.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah.
So I'm gonna one up you on my deer stories.
Okay.
My wife got a midlife crisis car a few years back when she turned 50, a Mazda Miata.
Oh, okay. That's a lovely car. Yeah.
Not even a year. I mean, it wasn't brand new. It was pre-owned.
Yeah.
So I'm driving to pick my son, who was only 15. He was working at Isaac Newton's. I'm on
Yep.
the bypass before you get to 95.
Yep.
Miata, summertime.
Yep.
Deer's dead right in the middle of the road. I hit it. Okay. Because the car is so small, the deer went flying over my head.
Oh, wow.
Poor deer died. So I screamed. I mean, I was
Yeah.
So the next day I drive to the collision place and I didn't realize it because that deer weren't flying over your head because there's deer poop all over the car. So the car didn't get totaled, which was miraculous. But if
Right.
I had any other car, it would have been totaled. It
Right.
would have just crunched. I hit on the underbelly and the thing went flying.
Wow.
Yeah, and the car got fixed. So
And the smell was never a problem?
no, I mean the roof was open. You know what I mean? So the roof was open, so there was no smell or anything.
Right.
But they cleaned all the other crap
Deer just blew right. Wow.
right over my head. I didn't even realize it.
Holy cow.
Unfortunate, yeah, but I have to.
In their own domain, outside of.
I have post-traumatic deer syndrome, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
we took their land away.
Yeah.
And we have farms, we feed them and we took their land away.
Yeah.
And then they say, we don't want them. Well.
Wow. So the Miata is still okay is the
Yeah.
key word.
perfect.
That's the important.
Perfect, yeah.
If the Miata's okay.
Miata's fine. I was in the doghouse for a bit, but.
Wait a minute,
Did you see it? No.
So you're gonna email us
Yes,
that information there and after you see after you meet with the chief.
Perfect.
Hmm.
Any other business?
So I should continue? Okay.
It's our
Wait, do I
longest
need to
meeting
send-
date.
Do I need to send any blurbs for like the motion, or did we already pass the motion?
It's already passed, so.
We're all
So we're
good.
good?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned then. Thank you, Dakota, for calling in.
Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry I'm up there.
No worries.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming, John.
thanks, John.
I don't like to talk too much.